for the people out there, once again, if you are in help desk, you are in cybersecurity, you just under as the category right here, the operate and maintain side, and it is possible for you to transition out of the help desk role and go into another area of cybersecurity if you choose to. You just have to pivot your skill set and then also your resume to align the new area expertise that you want to get into.
Welcome back to Bridges in Tech. For those of you who are new, we meet every Wednesday at 6 p.m. From 6 p.m. to 7:30/8 o'clock. Oftentimes we go over, so feel free to hop off whenever you need to. Okay. Bridges in Tech, for those of you who don't know, is a tech community for women of color. So we provide women of color with the resources, tools, and community that they need to help them excel and succeed in their tech careers. But we're joined every week by our allies as well. So men and women of different races and backgrounds join us on a weekly basis. So of course, say hi in the chat. Feel free to share whatever resources you have to share with people in the chat as well. And connect with each other on LinkedIn. And introduce yourselves by saying your name, what position you might have or you might be looking for. And yeah. I'm going to introduce us, our board. We have Joanna. She's our president. My name is Imara. I'm your vice president. And Gina is our director of programs. A little bit about us. Joanna is a tech consultant, a serial entrepreneur, business and career coach, and diversity and equity and inclusion advocate. I'm an incident response security engineer. I'm also an ambassador for social competency in the workforce. I'm a technical consultant and a small business owner as well. And Gina is a technical sales consultant, a small business advocate, and a credentialed educator. So what's next? As always, message Gina or Joanna or I, specifically me though, preferably me, and let us know what topic or speaker you guys would like to see in the future. And with that, we'll start our presentation today. We're glad and excited to have Katia Dean giving us a presentation on transferable skills to enter the cybersecurity field. So with that, again, introduce yourselves in the chat and we'll get into it.
Hi, everybody. So today's presentation is about the transferable skills to get into cybersecurity. So I'm not in cybersecurity is a phrase that I hear so often. And every time I hear it, I'm just like, but you are. So today I'm going to show you give you examples of the most popular job titles or clients that I have, and then show a live demo of the cyber career tool and what I use. And then other ones that I probably didn't cover at the end, I freestyle, as I call it. If anybody has any examples that they want me to go over, as I'm calling it, a freestyle on how those skills align with this tool. So overview, my bio, what is cybersecurity? I'm not in cybersecurity. Some roles that we're going to discuss today: IT support specialist, cyber legal advisor, program manager or project manager, solutions architect, and as I said before, a demo of the cyber career tool. So a little bit about me. I am the founder of KTS SciLife, which is my resume business where I help students, people that is transitioning into cybersecurity, and also seasoned cybersecurity professionals navigate their cybersecurity path, interview prep, and also salary negotiation. I also authored my first ebook, The Struggle is Real, a blueprint to excel into the cybersecurity discipline, where I share my journey finding employment after being unemployed for 9 months. I give you all interview tips, feedback from interviews that I had, and then I also had the pleasure of sharing 9 other cybersecurity professional stories to let everyone know that there is not a linear path to get into cyber. You could get into this path anyway, any type of way. And at 2020, I won the ISC Square Global Rising Star Award for KTSI Life due to my contribution to the cybersecurity industry. What is cybersecurity? So normally cybersecurity, we see it in the news, we see it everywhere in the media, and a lot of people still to this day associated with just hacking. You have to know how to code all the time, and you always have to be technical, and you probably have to have a technical background. However, that is only one side of cybersecurity. There's also a non-technical side as well. But I like Dr. Mansour Habsi's definition of what cybersecurity is, which is cybersecurity is the mission focused and risk optimized governance of information, which maximizes confidentiality, integrity, and availability using a balanced mix of people, policy, and technology while improving over time. And the reason why I like this definition is because, as I mentioned before, it's give you a mix of everything, and you will be able to realize that as we're going to probably discover today, I'm a teacher, I have no technical background, but your skills is needed for this industry and you actually do have the skills. You just need to know where you fit in. As I mentioned before, the phrase that I hear all the time is I am not in cybersecurity. Even when people reach out to me on a daily basis saying, well, KT, I want to get into cybersecurity. I don't know where to start. And one that I get all the time, especially help desk people thinking they're not in cybersecurity, but they actually are. And another role that I'm going to cover today is a solutions architect role because I had a person reach out to me, I think it was last week, and they was a solutions architect, and they said, well, I'm trying to get an entry level job in cybersecurity. And I said, here we go again. Because they said, I'm not a cybersecurity, but they actually are. So we're going to go over that. As I mentioned before, IT support specialist, aka could also be known as a help desk person, customer service representative, some of those job titles. Another role, this is for, hey, maybe you majored in law or you have a law enforcement background. Cyber legal advisor. Another one on the non-technical side, some of the work I do, a blend of program or project manager. I want to note they are two different things, but that's still on the non-technical side of cybersecurity as well. And the last one is the solutions architect, and the most popular search right now, cloud, of course, but AWS or either Microsoft Azure is the most popular search that you could get to become a solutions architect. And now I'm going to change my screen again and I'm going to do a demo of the Cyber Path tool so you all can see how those skills are aligned and what area of cybersecurity you fall into. Link in the chat as well. But this is my favorite thing on earth, which is the a branch off the NIST 800-181, which is the cybersecurity workforce publication that I have a course on YouTube where I break the whole publication down and I give you a demo. But last year they came out with this tool that I'm going to say give you the visual side of everything I was doing in my course. So as I mentioned before, we are going to go. The first example is the IT support specialist. And as you can see, everything is color coded. And the IT support specialist role is under the operate and maintain side of cybersecurity. And as I mentioned before, a lot of people come to me with help desk resumes all the time. help desk resumes all the time, and most of the time it's either IT support specialist, sometimes a system admin, and sometimes they blend in network engineer. It all depends. But for the people out there, once again, if you are in help desk, you are in cybersecurity. You just under as the category right here, the operate and maintain side, and it is possible for you to transition out of the help desk role and go into another area of cybersecurity if you choose to. You just have to pivot one your skill set and then also your resume to align the new area expertise that you want to get into. But what I also like about this tool is now they have a PDF version of this as well, but it breaks down the task of that particular role. It also breaks down the knowledge, skill set, and I forgot what A means right now. I had a brain fart and I can't see on my other side because everybody beautiful faces over there. But it also has the capability indicators and then the common relationships according to this path as well. So as you all could see as well, the IT support specialist also can branch off into different roles as well. So as I mentioned before, when I work on people's resumes, some people go from IT support specialist and then they might also have a system admin role. So as you can see, you could go into different areas within this particular role. So we're gonna go back. For the cyber and legal advisor, that one is under, I want to say it's under the, up there, go right there. Okay, so for the cyber legal advisor role, that one is under the oversee and governance side, which is the side most of my expertise fall under that category. And as I mentioned before, if you have a law background, maybe you're a police officer as well, I highly recommend this is a role you could look into. And as you all could see, that the cyber legal advisor role actually branch off and blends different skill sets. So as y'all all can see, hey, I'm a help desk IT support person. Now I'm interested in law. Well, now you can have some of those skills that you learn from the IT support help desk role and blend that into the cyber legal advisor role. And then down here, maybe you are into policy management. Then I'm just gonna click on this one. You could look up roles dealing with privacy officer and compliance manager as well. And oh, and this is a good one. So, oh, this is actually something new. So I'm learning something new today with y'all. They actually have this thing that's overlap. So this is my first time seeing this, which is actually interesting. So as y'all can see, overlap. You have an overlap of skills in this particular example that I'm showing y'all. The other one, as I mentioned before, was program project management. As I said before, those are two different things. But you would still have some, I'm gonna say blended transferable skills. As you all can see, I know in the chat somebody did something about, it said something about product management. So as you can see from program management, you can transfer some skills over to product management. You're just gonna have to, as I said before, align that with your resume, what transferable skills you have from a program manager role over to a product manager role. And once again, as you can see, there's some overlap. Later on, I'm going to have to actually go more into depth about what this overlap is so I can understand what this is as well. So as y'all can see, If you, I guess, click on different ones, they give you the common with, oh, yes, they do. Okay. So see, this is why I like this tool, y'all. So you gotta do program management. You want to click on, hey, how does a program manager and IT project manager blend together or overlap? It breaks down the common relations between these two roles. So as I said before, this is a neat tool to understand when you're trying to transition into a different field or maybe transition to a different role, but you have some of the skill set to get into that role as well. And as you all can see, here are some other job titles that could come up under program manager or maybe IT project manager. Or maybe this is just, oh, those are the different areas. Okay. The next one is the solutions architect, and the solutions architect is up under the security provision. Actually, no, I take that back. It is up under, oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, so security architect, or in other words, solutions architect, is under the category security provision. The specialty area is system architecture. And recently, I actually want to see what this one is about because, as I mentioned before, someone last week had reached out to me about solutions architect, and they was up under the enterprise. So as you can see here, security architect, enterprise architect, of course, they are a little bit different, but they probably do have some, as we can see here, common relationships with that particular role. And as you can see, it also blends, for example, systems requirements planner, and that's over on the, nope, it's still under the security provision side as well. So maybe you have some experience gathering requirements. So at least some of your requirement skills will also blend under a security architect or enterprise architect. And then if you do some systems development, as you all can see from this particular section, that will blend as well into this as well. And I know that was my last example, but I'm going to give you all some other examples from other people that I help. So normally I have, let me see, a teacher for example. So a teacher have a skill set of planning out the students' curriculum, collaborate with the students, and just planning out curriculum. So if anybody that's a teacher out there, the particular role that you can look into is a sorry, I cannot pronounce this, y'all. Sorry. Instructional curriculum developer. There we go. You could look into that role. Why? Because one is a non-technical role. It's under the oversee and governance side. Your specialty area is training, education, awareness. You already have your education background. You already know how to train people. So for you, you just probably have to figure out your particular niche and what type of cyber area you want to focus on. So for instance, maybe an example could be how to get into cyber. You could probably develop a course about how to get into cyber, or secure networks or safety for kids as an example with their educational background. So if you're a teacher, there is a area for you in cybersecurity that's going to be on the non-technical side that will already blend the skills that you have learned from your teaching ability over into cybersecurity. And you can also look into training. What's the job title? A training specialist is also another job title you can look into. If you are a teacher or a curriculum developer, is another job title that you could look into as well. Hopefully you all got a little bit of information about transferring skills using that handy dandy tool that I like so much of my life. I like live and breathe it. But to get in touch with me, I'm gonna leave my link on LinkedIn in the chat so y'all connect with me on there. You can also look at my website, ktssilife.tech, which is for my resume services, interview prep, blogs, things of that nature. And that is the end of my presentation. And right now I'm going to look through the chat. Or don't be afraid to just answer a question, but don't everybody talk over everybody. Everybody. So the floor is open. The floor is open.